Good morning, guys. Now we are having a Pixhawk module, autopilot module here, and we'll do a formal unboxing of this module. Yeah, in this box I've got various components. Let me just scribble it out. We just bought this component from RC Hyderabad, an international and national vendor for robotics kits and development codes. Now, we are in several components over here, so let us start with the basic, the board. We'll keep the rest of the components aside. Let me just unbox it. Yeah, here we have the Pixhawk autopilot board. You can see here we have the inputs for motor, for the receiver, for the S-bus port, and for the ESCs. PX4. Here we have a USB port from which we can just attach this USB to it, and you can either attach it to your laptops or computers as per your requirement. Now this will generally transfigure and send the data and receive the data from it for the data logger, as it also contains a micro SD card slot, as you can see here. Popped out. Here you get a 4 GB micro SD card along with it, so that you can add or delete the data logs that is automatically saved in this data card whenever you take a flight or you select the waypoints to it. Now just put in here, arrange. This has an inbuilt LED here. Whenever you will attach this board to your laptops or computer, this LED will blink automatically, and this shows basically the indication where you can get the basic knowledge about the power inputs and other failures that occurs during its flight or normal testing. It also contains 5 other LEDs which are here. You can say PWR, BE, ACT, PWR and BE for FMU and input output. Now this is a basic board for your attaching your GPS, serial bus. You can use a CAN bus port, power, SPI, USB, and many other things. Now I won't go in detail further. I just want to skip this out and keep it aside. Sure. Now if you move further, we have this PPM encoder. I'll tell you further. Let me just cut it through. This various component. This is just the wiring part. You can see the connector. Here it is. It is a very small and compact, you can say, a designed PCB which has a processor. It's at Mega 168PA with an LED, inbuilt LED through it. Now what's the role of encoder? Usually encoder will enable you to reduce all your channels to a single wire, excluding your ground and power wires. As a result, you will get faster processing and it reduces the point of error. Now it simply states that you don't have to attach the many wires through it, like for the PPM to PWM transfer you have to attach a separate cable, or from PWM to PPM transfer you have to connect to an outer module. So this is a single small compact module that will allow you to convert your PPM to PWM or either PWM to PPM automatically through this, and this will connect to your Pixhawk board. Means this is a very advanced technology in you can say quadcopters or robotics or hoverboard also, and it costs up to $24. Now let's move on to our next component in this box, which is I've got some wires and modules here. Now this is a telemetry module. Another very essential component in this quadcopter, which uses a remote signal for the auto transmission of your quadcopter. Now what it consists of, you can see here there are two modules available over here. Now one is for your quadcopter. Let me attach this antenna first. You just have to bolt in here. Yeah, perfect. Now you just have to connect this one to your Pixhawk board. See, like this way, sorry, or this way, either. Yeah, you do it in either way. It's not popping in. Sure, let us leave it aside. Now this one will attach to your quadcopter and to your Pixhawk board, and you have got another here. Here I'll do the same with this board, and this will attach to your PC, a lappy. As you can see that this has directly USB 3.0 input, which means you can directly attach without any external connector required for your laptop channel. Now what's telemetry is? Now telemetry is composed of two words. Tele means remote and metry means measure. Means it accurately remotely measures the external your physical characteristics like temperature and pressure during your flight. Like it can sense the temperature over here if you want to design a weather forecasting bot, or you can say if you want to measure the temperatures in upper layer of atmospheres or somewhere in your mines or industries, you can do with this bot if you cannot remotely reach over there. So this is a very important module if you want to make a perfect one-to-one features in your bot. Now it is an it automatically measures and wirelessly transmission of data from remote sources, and in general telemetry works in the following ways, like sensors can source measure either electrical data or you can say physical data too. Electrical data in the form of voltages and current. It can also measure the percentage of voltage coming into your drone or leaving, so that you can further prevent your board from short circuiting or waste. You will get and link or as a log to your email or some computer where you can easily manage, or you can say the power supply, so that your board can easily be prevented from further major shocks. And it can also use to record some physical characteristics like pressure and temperatures. Now these are the two modules. Now moving on to our video, we have next you can say APM 2.6 power module with BEC HM1551 controller. Now what's BEC? It's battery eliminating circuit. Okay, now let me just open this. Just see the overview of this here. This got one wire, set of wires. I think it's couple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 pairs of wire, and XT60 connectors for soldering into ESCs and battery. You can say BLDCs. Now what's the main module of this module? The basic key features of this module is it's a simple way of providing your APM or autopilot board with clean power from a LiPo battery, as well as current consumption and battery voltage measurements all through a 6-position cable. It means that like whenever you connect your board to directly without this module, you can also connect your board without this module. The main basic features of key feature of this module is that whenever you will provide a current without this module, then it will contain some of the ripples in it, or you can say an alternating factor comes though you are using a DC battery, but there is some kind of ripples or you can fluctuation of current. But with this module, it will filter your current and provide a pure, clean, stable current to your module for your very constant flight. You can say it won't there won't be any ups and down in your flights, like unfortunately stoppage or fail-safe conditions won't arrive, like due to some kind of failure if you're using this module in your board. So now here I have a power distribution board in my hand. Let me just pass it open through. Flagship. Now here you can see you have a bunch of wires over here. This is a set. Now here. Now you can see that you have 4 XT60 connectors present either side of this board, like 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you have 3 pins here. Now what you have to do whenever you use an ESC, like I have my drone here, like I'm checking this ESC, you have 2 wires here and 1 S-bus port. What you have to do, you just have to connect your 2 wires over here, like in this way, either of your ESC, and these 2 wires will have those this type of connectors which I showed you in our power module last time. I don't have, I've unboxed it. Can I get that power module? Now these 2 connectors, like here, you can see this have XT60 connectors this way. This will pin into this. It's not appropriate size, that's why it's not going inside, but this kind of connector you have to purchase from market, and then only it will attach to this. Okay, now these 2 wires will be connected through those bulbs and get inside this, like in this way, positive and negative. I just connect it like, yeah, this way, and you've got these 4 wires. Now what you have to do, now these are the mainly battery wires which will connect to your LiPo battery. Okay? From this your board will get an easy connection or directly power supply without supplying the power to each ESC individually. So this is just nothing much but just a power distribution board. It makes an easy for you to cut off with your wires and provide a directly single connections through one wire, and it will automatically distribute to all your ESC. Some of the symbols has been made, like ESC2, ESC3, ESC1, ESC4, so you don't have to get jumbled over here. You can just pin into any of the ESC in any of it, won't make any difference. So getting started. I have a very interesting thing in my hands, which is a GPS board. See, it is an evolutionary thing which I like the most in any of the quadcopter, or you can say as usually also. Now this is a GPS module, and the main thing or the most important thing about this GPS module is that it contains an automatic compass into it. That is, you don't have to connect and manual or take a compass module from market and attach to it without some kind of programming or something. You just have to plug in these wires. There are 2 wires, 2 bus ports. One will be both will be connected on your Pixhawk board. There are some connections of Pixhawk board. Let me show you. See, here you can see it's written GPS. So just have to connect this one. You can say here GPS. You can just plug in, or in this way, I think so. It's just popped inside it. Yeah, and this will connect to your I2C or 12C. You can see this way. Now this will automatically connect to your Pixhawk board, and it will get the connections from it. Now let me just take it out. Keep this aside. Yeah. Now we also get the mounting kit along with Pixhawk board. Let me just take it out. This is a GPS antenna fold mount, with the help of which you can easily mount your GPS. See, like in this way, it will connect here. Some kind of, it will connect. I don't know how. I don't know how to hang out with this thing, so I'll just keep it aside. It's just a mounting board where you can easily mount your GPS onto your quadcopter. You can use without this also, but it looks a little pretty, or you can say creative, while you working with any quadcopter. As you can see, it contains an arrow over here. Now to means what's the function of this arrow? Now it's not just an arrow, it represents the magnetic north direction. Like we have we have generally two poles, which is a north pole and a south pole. But if we go in deep, we also have two more poles, that magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole. Now what's the function of this magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole? Like I'll just show you in brief. If this is our earth, this is our axis, this is north pole, this is south pole. Now if we turn 15 degree to this will be your magnetic north, and this will be your magnetic south. So make sure that while mounting your GPS, your this pointer should mount not in direction of North Pole, but instead to the magnetic North Pole. Okay, I don't know in which area you are, so according to the area you just have to set. You will have to see the coordinates and decide where is your magnetic north situated, or you can say you just have to measure the roughly the degree, that how much degree it's deviated from your place where it's north and south, all that kind of stuff. So you can easily mount, but make sure this points through your magnetic north, not to North Pole, because if you point it towards the North Pole, then will surely gives an error and your quadcopter won't move in a right direction. It will always deviate, means 10 or 20 degree aside, so you won't get a perfect flight then. Make sure you point this arrow to magnetic North Pole. Okay, moving on. Now moving on to our next component. It's a bit long, so let me just wait. Oops. You can say. Now the very interesting thing about Pixhawk is that it comes with an external buzzer. Now what's the function of this buzzer? That as you know that you have got a LED function on your Pixhawk board, so it won't be very difficult to you to analyze, because the indications, you have to read those indications, like it beeps. It doesn't beeps without this buzzer. You just have an LED through which you can see that whether it's operable or non-operable. So this buzzer will tell you the different. It has different kind of beeps programmed into it. So whenever your board will be like in trouble, or it won't be getting any power supply to it, this will beep and show you the correct way so that you can land it on the right time without getting your boat damaged. So this is a very important feature. Now second thing I'm holding in my hands of this push button. It's kind of push button, you can see, with an LED inside it. It has an LED. Now it's a weird, the main function of this board, or it's a very interesting key feature to it. If we use NASA or another kind of board, NASA M, NASA Lite, or NASA V2, it do not have this function into it. Like if you're handling your board and you switch on your power supply, it will automatically turn on your power distribution board and supply the power to your different ESCs, and your quadcopter will get activating and starts rotating with the motors. Now it can get really rough if you're using in a room or outside the room where kids are available nearby. So to prevent this feature, the Pixhawk or 3DR robotics team has created this thing. It's a very interesting feature in Pixhawk that without pressing this button, though your Pixhawk is getting all the details, the motor won't run. Your motor won't run, the propellers won't run, so it will be a safe for just learning up with the LED indication and buzzer indications. So without pressing this, the motors won't run, and you can just get through it after. And if you have to turn on the motors after you are completed with the indications theory, then you can just press this button once and it will get started. Here I'm holding a Pixhawk external LED. Let me just open it. You can see Pixhawk external LED. So I'm just opening it fast so that I could just get through with the video. Here As you can see, this is also a very compact circuit which is made by a 3D or robotic team. Okay, now this is an external LED module. Now what's this? You might be experiencing that what's the need of this external LED if you have an inbuilt LED over there, and either you can attach your. Now the basic function of this LED is it has a very sharp and bright laser focus LED present in this board. You can say this white portion part. Yeah. Now this will blink so sharply that you can even see this from couple of 100 meters, like 100 or 200 or 300 meters, whenever your bot will be flying and doing your flight test. So this is a very interesting for your flight. Pause. Coming to the end of this video, it's almost the end. Now with this Pixhawk board you also get some micro SD USB 2.0 card reader. I just showed you in my previous when I was introducing you with that Pixhawk board that it gets an external micro SD card along with it for the proper functioning and data logging. Now with they also provide you with an external card reader where you can easily get into your SD card and put into your laptop and just read the logs that it has been saved in your Pixhawk. Thank you. And last, it comes with a anti-vibrator board. Now what's the main function of this? During a flight test, like due to air currents or you can say the shaking of the motor, there is a huge amount of vibration that is being produced in your quadcopter. So with mounting this, like you just have to mount your Pixhawk onto, let me just open it fast. Oops, there we go. Your board will be mounted over here with the tapes they provide inside with these two boards. It will be mounted here and this will be connected to your quadcopter on your top. Now this will prevent the Pixhawk from getting vibrated. Like these like rubber pads will absorb the vibrations and it won't make vibrations reach at the top of the Pixhawk, top of this board, so that Pixhawk is remain stable, constant, without undisturbed actually, so that the wires that you have been mounted on this would not be unplugged due to air currents vibration. Now here we are in the end of this video. And thank you, and please share our experience on our website TechCTC. Thank you so much.